Hello everybody. Oop, I better take my keys out of my scooter. So, here I am, the talking head, the little adventures. But what I wanted to share with you today is what we've been talking about in the meditation retreat, because it's been fascinating. It's really nice when students on the retreat are becoming teachers, because they start to learn like the depth of this tradition and why the techniques are the way they are, and also why they aren't just given freely to everyone. The consciousness itself, of course, is free. That's always the argument of a lot of people on their spiritual path, is like it all should be for free because consciousness is free. I get that. But there's an appreciation that happens when you, and a value when you actually learn from a qualified person, a qualified teacher. And I mean, the same as like open heart surgery, right? You wouldn't just want to learn or have it done or learn from someone who's just had it done to them, and they're like, oh shit, I can do this. And then next minute it's not good. So the same as with the meditation. It's like, if you're simply learning to meditate, well, that's great. We can teach you anything on how to still the mind, how to watch the mind, how to play with where your attention goes. I mean, that's on our website. So that's for free. That's everywhere. But the techniques themselves are so profound. And that's what I want to talk about. Because, and this has been forever. So this isn't a bright path thing. This is a recognition of where people are at, even spiritually or consciously, is that you kind of got to go all in to get the benefits, right? To get ongoing, incredible benefits of what the teaching's really about. Which is why, forever people have either been in the monasteries, or they go to retreats, so that they can actually spend time exploring the depth of what these big words are all about, like enlightenment, satori, samadhi, turiya, like big words, meaning the greatness of who you are, dissolving into God, the recognition that there's just one, the oneness. Now that doesn't happen overnight, dear friends. There's I wouldn't like to say it's a process, because ultimately it's not, but as you go through your own dance, it feels like it, right? You learn, so it does feel like a process. And the learning takes time. And why that is because we're so habitualized to believe what we believe. Whatever you believe it. This is who I am. This is how I react. You did that wrong to me. This has been my life. Like, all of that is so ingrained in us that it takes time to undo it, untie it, loosen it from our grasp of owning that's who we are, because we're trying so hard to become someone, because that's what we've been taught. At school we're being taught to be the best we can at our subjects, and then that qualifies us in the classroom to if we're brainy or stupid, if we're an A student or a B or a C student. So we're getting trained all the time to become, to look at things with the perspective of being better. So I'm not saying that's wrong, but we identify then with so many titles and so many stories and so many reasons why we can and why we can't, right? That's just normal. That's everywhere. But because we own all of that, and some of it serves, great, but because we identify so much with that freedom and enlightenment and oneness with God and living the greatest version of yourself, satori, samadhi, all these invitations to recognize God and to live God need to be trained into us again. Even though, yes, it is who we are, even though, yes, it is the most natural thing, even though, yes, if all of this is oneness, it should be free. I guess I'm going around in circles with that point too. But it takes time for the committed student to actually see it and let it go. And it's not everybody wants to be that committed to waking up or to recognizing their greatness. If they could just have fleeting moments of it and go to some conferences and have a wonderful retreat and meet new friends, that's enough for some people. But the drive to keep going, to keep letting go, to see your own shit and to move past it, not to own it, not to hold on to it, but to let it go. I mean, that takes a learning. Hence, it's not for everybody. A lot of people give up. A lot of people will get as far as it's comfortable, and then perhaps when they've got to look at their ugliness or when some stress moves and it's a bit messy, you know, crying and all that kind of stuff, or, you know, you got to look back at yourself or perhaps what you did and learn to love and forgive all of that in the most conscious and beautiful way. Some people just don't want to do that. They actually honestly want to believe what they believe, and that is why it takes time. So no, it's not a process, but then yes it is, because if it's your path and you're the one jumping all over the place, then you're learning and you'll constantly keep learning, so it takes time. What I love about this is that it is real, it is possible, it is doable, it is everyone's birthright. It's more, are you in the right hands to guide you there? Are you in the right space to be willing to let go? Do you have that fire in you to just keep going? That's really what it's about. And what I'm lucky is that, yes, I do have that fire, and yes, I'm surrounding myself constantly with other people who have that fire too. To the fire for waking up, the fire to live your highest purpose, whatever that is, you know. And the point of this video today is that it's doable, but you need to be committed.